Good morning.
Good morning.
We are down here right next to the fire. Got some coffee already going. Got some more
Yep.
coffee going. And then we're going to cook some breakfast.
The little piggies are warming up.
Yeah, she just got her feet right next to the fire.
It's a chillier morning.
It is.
Yeah.
You thought it was raining.
I did. That was just all of the wind catching onto the trees, and it just sounded that way. Sounded similar to yesterday morning.
Yeah.
But I am definitely thankful at whatever time I decided I was going to layer up before getting into bed, because part ways through the night was probably 1, 2, and I was freezing cold.
But you have,
A dog?
yeah,
I do. And 2 blankets.
two.
2, yeah.
I just had that good comfy one.
You are correct. I do not. I have smaller ones that are not as warm and cozy. But it's okay. We made it through.
That's right.
Re-snuggled 30 times with the dog, and we made it through.
And woke up this morning and the birds are gone.
Yeah.
Our little birds that hatched out in the tiny house are gone.
I think they took our yesterday's conversation to heart and wanted a fresh start or a new beginning, and they just took off. They got out of their way and just went, because they were practicing yesterday. So.
Oh yeah, they were flying in the tiny house, and I got 2 of them actually and put them back up, and then now they're gone. So I'd like to say that I helped them learn
You did.
to fly.
You're just helping all sorts of people.
Yeah, we were down by the river yesterday, and you guys will see that in the video possibly today, if we put it out today. But super nice guy. We see him all the time down there.
Yep.
Probably somewhere in our age range.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know. But I think the thing that gets him to come talk to us is, 1, a girl, and then 2, the other girl.
Yep.
So we take Gypsy down there and she gets to run and play in the water.
Absolutely loves it.
Yeah. And we were doing our thing, paying attention to Gypsy, but she kind of went down to him, and he was trying to like pet her and stuff, and she doesn't let anyone pet her. And then
But she'll play.
yeah, oh yeah. But we talked to the guy for a little while and stuff, and I guess he lives more of a simple life like we do, not really the 9 to 5 or anything like that. And I guess it's cool talking to people like that aren't so stuck on the normal, I guess, craziness of life.
Yep.
Would that be the way to describe it? Yeah.
Or, I mean, I think even just fears or assumptions. I mean, there's just a breath of fresh air that came from conversations, and just, I mean, down to the biggest smile on his face over,
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for just letting me play with your dog.
Yeah, that was like I guess the cool part of it was such a simple thing.
Yeah.
And it kind of blew me away when he said that, when he was just like, "Man, thank you so much for letting me play with your dog." Yeah. I was just like,
I love her. It was the most genuine,
sweetest
thing ever. Like, you could just tell that I mean, he even said it, like, that makes my day. You guys are amazing. It just was, you could just tell he soaked in every second of that, and just, again, going back down, having a longer conversation, having another conversation. It just, you could tell what happiness it brought to him.
Oh, yeah.
Which, in return, again, our mission being out here is happiness. We talked about that last night a lot. That's really where all this comes down to, is just finding our own happiness, whatever it may be. We're all different. We all have our different needs, wants, thoughts, dreams.
Yeah, just no 2 people are the exact same. Yeah. And as much as we have in common doing this, we still have separate, dreams and ideas of what makes us happy. But the fact that all 3 of us down there, like, because I know in that moment when he said that, it made me happy.
Yep.
And I know it made you happy because you were smiling. Yep. He was smiling all big. And the fact that, I mean, me and you aren't strangers, but we're still getting to know each other and stuff. But then kind of meet up with another kind of stranger that we know but not really at the same time. Like, there was no worries in the world in that moment of just, like, happiness, I guess.
It's nice to know that those things are, like, they organically happened or naturally happened. It just was one of those, like, you don't have to try so hard. Again,
Yeah.
with all things in life, like, you really don't. You just have to put your efforts or attention and time into the right areas. And just, again, something as simple as that was just, we all needed it.
Oh yeah, and I mean, everyone that's watching this right now knows that for a good while, I wasn't always positive and working my hardest, and I just wasn't the normal me, I guess. So normally I would just ride like the little mini bike down to the river, but kind of like do my own thing and then like ride back. I never really stayed down there and talked to people or anything like that. But having Melissa up here, it helps. One, just it's not as awkward
Yeah.
being by yourself, and then two, it's I mean, you know, the whole aspect of Gypsy being there. That's a conversation starter
Yeah.
right there. With
Yeah.
she starts the conversation. So
Everywhere she goes.
yeah, so having, you know, you here and Gypsy, and we go down the water, and I know some of y'all are probably already thinking, why don't you take the rest of the dogs? There's too many, and
Yeah,
they're
we'd be
old.
chasing them in all different directions and
Yeah,
everything.
and they're old, and Bandit's
Yeah.
about to pop out
Yeah.
puppies, and yeah, can't do that.
No.
But just to go down there and do that, I think you guys can tell within the last week or so that my mindset's a lot better. I'm a lot happier, and really and truly, kind of, you know, we talked about this last night and stuff. Basically, sitting right here,
Mm-hmm.
um, just be happy. Like
Yep.
that's all I want for her is be happy. That's all I want for myself is be happy. It's what I want for you guys is just be happy, and whatever it takes to be happy, do it. I mean, it's kind of like yesterday's Coffee Crockers. When you want to do a dream or whatever the case may be, don't hold back because of someone else. Just
Correct.
leap into it and do it and be happy. And
And don't stand in your own way.
yeah, and if it doesn't work for some reason, try again. Um,
I have a bracelet that says "Never stop yourself," and I thought that was very odd. I'm not sure how when I went home that I acquired this,
eh,
but at some point I did, and it made it onto my hand. And it is literally the constant reminder while we're out here. I'm always looking down and taking my ponytail, putting in my hair, and it's just, I guess, that biggest thing that we talked about yesterday. I was always in my own way. I wanted to say it was everybody else and all the different areas of life
well,
or
because that
whatever
was the
it stood.
excuse.
Exactly. Excuses. I push them out of the way. Do it. It has paid off so much from being here. I mean, everybody that I know can see it in me as well. Just a genuine smile, happy. I feel great being out here. Amazing being able to utilize different areas or aspects that I just wasn't or didn't get appreciation for, which clearly he appreciates. Um, Again, I can't say thank you enough because this is exactly what I needed to get to my happy.
Yeah.
And knowing that that's our goal out here is amazing.
So mission accomplished. You can go home now.
Already trying to boot me out.
Wait,
God,
I need
let's
breakfast.
Go. God, you do want a tight seat in a second. My foot's gonna be right underneath there.
But yeah, I think that's kind of the cool thing too with us. And again, I mean, just to recap, if you guys really don't know the whole journey between us, we've known each other for 3 years, but we haven't. We'd literally met one time, then knew each other through social media for 3 years. We had the same interest, all that stuff. But with you being here, I guess we get like that. We get the same humor. We get the same type things. And I know that's hard to find. It took 3 years to have this. But if you can find someone out there that you get along with, go for it and be their friend. And it's, I mean, just to be blunt with everyone thinks there's more than, you know what I mean? Like that, there's this whole thing going on with us, and I just think we're good friends. Like we're really good friends, and
I think it goes back down to surround yourself with the right people.
yes,
Like that's really what it comes down to. And I think that that's where this is going to constantly grow, and I think everyone sees that.
Yeah.
And again, I think it's also hard to get out of your normal where you've surrounded or you've grown up or because of where you work or something, you're surrounding yourself with those people because you kind of have to. And
Yeah.
that's totally fine. Be open-minded, accept all people, all things going on. But again, make sure you're living in a path that's putting you closer to your goal or your dream. And it starts by getting out of your own way
Yeah.
and surrounding yourself with people who are going to support you in a way that's going to get you closer to that.
Yeah. And I
that
guess
mindset.
kind of on that topic, but a little bit off, is don't work for a job that would literally replace you in a day, in a week. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
you can get replaced instantly. I don't care
Yep.
who you are. I've had every job I've been replaced. Every job she's ever had, been replaced.
Yep.
If you're watching this and you're not at the same job, you got replaced. It don't
Yep.
matter how long you've been there. So you can either work for someone and spend all your time searching for the happiness as much as you can at work,
Yeah.
when they don't really care about you, unless, I'm not saying every job is like that.
Correct.
Some people actually run their businesses pretty good.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
There's a lot of us that are not in that position.
yes. And don't stick to it just because it's a constant paycheck or it's whatever it may be. I hated the last job I had. Absolutely hated it. And, well, job, I guess, real job. But it was just politics. And that's all it was. And every day I'd wake up. The only reason I even went to work because I'd ride with Jared, and I hated it. And I had to wake up super early, work all day, drive in traffic. Just every aspect of it I hated because it was just politics. I had to be fake. That ain't me. And
God, we were literally going through the
yeah.
same thing.
And you can get replaced instantly. They never replaced me. Funny enough, because I was like the first video guy there. Then now they don't have a video guy, but they had to hire it out to other people. So technically, I got replaced. But I didn't like it, and I just told myself, this was right before the YouTube stuff started. I was just like, I can't do this anymore. Can't do it. So quit. Started doing my own thing. And not that YouTube works for everybody. Not that, you know, I don't know. You have to find your own YouTube. I found mine. You got to find your own. And
Everyone's
so,
got a little niche.
yeah, so go out there and do what makes you happy. Even if you're not making a ton of money, you can't trade happiness for money.
No, I definitely learned that because
Yeah.
I, again, was going through the exact same thing, and I was replaced.
Sun's coming out a little bit.
Yeah. On that note, that's, again, clear signs we are talking on a good note right now, because it was very doom and gloom when it happened to me, and I took it hard after 7 years of really, I felt like I was putting blood, sweat, and tears into what I did, and I truly put my heart out there every day with what I did, from the moment I was headed in and the moment I was headed out. And that was a part of my life that meant so much to me, and just a purpose that I had. And I did not realize how much that not being what I needed back for myself in a full circle was what had bled into the rest of my life. So I apologize to all of those that had to deal with me because of that, but I'm finally realizing that. I'm thankful again for the opportunity and the doors that closed and the doors that opened, because again, I ended up here.
Yeah.
But I feel, instant appreciation and a level of respect being out here, and just this happiness and this, again, I am working my butt off, sweating, and it's not like it's just easy. I get to sit in AC, and
Yeah.
I've got a lunch break and a time to go home, and a
Yeah.
toilet that's right there if I want to use it 10 times. Again, it's all this convenience that's was such a, oh, you want to stay there, you got to stay there, got to stay there, it's so great, it's so wonderful, and you just keep spinning yourself into this excuse.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say a lie, because it's not a lie. They were just excuses that kept me there. But it's like we just ignored the elephant in the room. Happiness wasn't. There was a true part of me that just was not being tapped into. And
Sun's coming out.
here it is. Tapping into it now. So.
Yeah.
Today's been a good morning so far.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah.
and I'm pretty excited what we're gonna get into. You guys have to watch that on the Crockers. I think it's gonna be an interesting video. I'll just leave it at that. We'll leave you on that one. So see y'all guys later.